Hi everybody, this is Sarah Sparkle, and I wanted to talk to you today about staying in tune with the rhythms of the unfolding organic process. And there are two very different energies in this life. One of them is organic and emanates from the heart of that which is alive. And one of them is inorganic, and it emanates from a mind that's programmed with fear and desperation to achieve or accomplish or create. And so in this time, it's really important, like a baker in a kitchen who's right there at the source of where creation happens, and to learn to begin to create from a place that emanates from that organic blossoming life. And because that other inorganic energy is so common, I think it's important to make a video. Look at my hair fountaining out of my head in its organic way. about discrimination and knowing when you're following the organic grid and when you're following the inorganic grid, right? So a few key things, and maybe I'll just text these words, but I don't have that computer program right now, so I'm just going to tell you these words. So number one is the idea that comes from the mind needs to emanate from out of a place of balance and stillness. And it needs to be an idea that if you were to surrender the whole idea and return to complete stillness, that idea would still bubble up on its own from the universal mind that's calling it up in your separate vehicle and in your separate mind. So that's kind of the test. If it bubbles up after you've let go of any possession of it, then you know that is part of the divine rising in you, right? So I'm here making a smoothie this morning. I'm defrosting my strawberries and stuff. So it's really, really important to follow that divine love energy. And the main things that really hijack the mind into that other grid is fear. Fear of not having enough money, or fear of not having enough time, which is usually connected with not having enough money. So if we can let our ideas blossom from out of this source pool of fullness. And sometimes the rhythm is very slow. Like sometimes, like say we want to build, what's a good example? Say we want to build an entire house, right, in our mind. But we're still and we're calm, and what appears is 1 2x4, right? And we might be like, oh my God, I got a 2x4. I got to build the whole house. Well, that's gone. That's not inorganic timing. What you have before you is a 2x4. It may lead to the house you're looking for. It may not. It may lead to something else, right? Most likely, it's going to probably be a part of that house that you're dreaming of. Because the very things that we dream of with our consciousness are the things that it is our destiny to have and to embody. And so that first thing to remember is that it emanates out of the stillness, right? Second thing is, if you get one thing that's emanating out of that stillness, be in gratitude, like the house example. Be in gratitude for the 2x4. Or for me, it's like wanting to have a children's program where and have this financially sustain me and my family, where children can sing and dance and play and be leaders in their own nourishment creation, while I facilitate certain things as I touch my fruit bowl. And yesterday I went to my nanny job, and there were 8 kids that I got to meet. 8 kids! And I was so excited. And part of me was like, oh my God, this is my dream. I'm going to have a summer camp. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make money. I'm going to have my finances and the kids. And then the whole thing just started going into lack and fear and worry about what's not here and what has to be. So I had to stop the whole thing and just go back to the absolute joy that these 8 little beings are showing up in the living room. And just be like, oh my God, the kids are here. And now just being excited to play with them and to take the money part of it out of it. The business part of it just has to be out of it until that critical mass, love and joy and form and cooperation creates a life form that then begins to link itself to financial support. And that's the order. That's what has to happen. It blossoms without the thought of money. And then it becomes something that begins to be worthy of being carried forth with money. And if it doesn't, then it wasn't meant to match up with money. So you surrender. So that might be the third thing. Surrender. Surrender what you think the rhythm is to that actual impulse of what is blossoming in the now moment of time. Record every new blossom with gratitude. With incredible gratitude. And if it feels super slow in its unfolding, surrender that desperation for it to be faster. Honor the unfolding blossoms. Much love, everyone.